Okay, everybody. We had a little bit of technical difficulties right there. So, basically, I'm sure you'll see it. We just put the engines there, the steam engines, and then he was just talking about the red wire and kind of what you can put in there to power it. So I have these. It's so hard to see my screen. I have the pulverizer and the powered furnace. Where do you want them to be put? Yes.
Let's put the pulverizer on the left and the powered furnace on the right.
Okay. Done.
And now we get to showcase a cool thing about these thermal expansion machines, because they have an awesome thing. If you look in the GUI on the right where it says configuration, it shows the different dots that are on all sides, and basically the top is the top of the machine. So you see the yellow dot that's on top for configuration, shows the yellow dot in the world. And basically you can change them to different colors, you can shut them off, and it allows for items in that area on the GUI to go from one machine or chest or what have you to the next. So don't put anything in there yet, silly.
I don't know.
So what we want to do for this is we want to have everything shut off except for the top and the right, because as you'll see in a second, we'll be putting something on the top, otherwise we'll be feeding it manually ourselves. And on the right we want it, I guess red's okay. So that means that anything that goes into, like when this pulverizes something, and what exactly does pulverizing do, Gabe?
What is, oh, it doubles your ores, yes?
Yeah, it takes your ores and turns it into dust.
Yeah, and then
you get 2 dust, whereas if you smelted it, you would just get 1 ingot, and if you smelt the dust, you get an ingot. So it doubles your ore output, basically. So what this does is that when that does that, the dust, which is in the right side, will move from that to whatever is on, whatever machine or thing is on its right. This now being the powered furnace, which we can shut off the top and bottom right things, and only have left and right for this one, so things can come in from the left and go out on the right. And now on the right we have this golden chest here, which I don't think we've mentioned this before in other videos, but there's a mod I think is called Iron Chests, I believe. And what it does is, if you look in the golden chest or the iron chest, it's much larger than what you would expect for a single block chest to be, because they act as kind of upgrades to the regular chest. So you can have a single block chest that holds, has like 105 slots, I think it goes up to, or maybe more. You can have silver, gold, iron, crystal, and diamond, I believe. So it's just a nice space-saving mod, and with all this set up, it creates a nice kind of ore processing unit for beginners to kind of get their, the most out of their resources.
Okay. So we have to fill these with coal.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
And another great thing about these steam engines, at least these hobbyist ones, is they don't spend a lot of coal to be powered. So this 4 coal can run us for a pretty long time.
Okay.
So how about I flip the switch, turn it on, and you stick some ore from this, should be this left chest that's right underneath the pulverizer. Stick, I don't know, some iron in there, if we have any.
Okay, it's in.
The iron?
Yep.
Okay.
These aren't going anywhere.
Oh wait, hold on, actually. Let's let it warm up a bit for a sec. Because an interesting thing with thermal is that with the amount of stored power, like if you look on the left, that shows you how much power you have in the machine. And this pulverizer and this power furnace can each hold a certain amount of power. If they don't have a lot of power, then they're going to perform their jobs at a much slower rate than if they had power built up. So it's better to let an engine run and put energy into these things before you just start pulverizing, because otherwise you're going to be here waiting for hours. So I don't know what you want to do in the meantime.
Move this back so I can actually walk in.
You don't have to.
I want to see
What'd you move back?
the block on the right, above, because you couldn't walk underneath there. You couldn't walk.
You don't have to be this close, you know.
I want to look at it. I have bad eyesight.
And also, if you look down, you can see because another thing about Buildcraft engines is, with their tendency to explode with these energy conduits, they also have a pretty big tendency to explode if they have energy going one way. So with this circular kind of design, it makes it send the energy, which is represented by these blue lines that you see, flying around everywhere in there. They go around in a circle and basically peter out, and you're not losing energy per se, but you're very well not going to see an explosion. So that's better than anything ever.
Great. Okay, so what does this magma crucible do?
I think we went over that. It turns stuff into lava.
But where does it put it?
Well, if you follow down here, down this ladder here, go into our little bedroom.
I'm here.
We just have these pipes, and also worthy of note is you might notice these pipes have some green on them. That's because they're waterproof pipes, and those are meant to be able to transport any kind of liquid in the game. So like lava or water, you wouldn't be able to transport it in regular pipes, and waterproof pipes you can get through cactus green or beeswax. And beeswax is a part of a separate mod that would take far too long to get beeswax from. So if you find a desert, you're in luck. You can use the cactus green that you cook up from a cactus, and then you just put it into any kind of crafting mechanism, your own self-crafting thing, and you'll get this thing called pipe waterproof. And craft that together with a regular pipe, and you'll be waterproofing your pipes. So what these pipes do is they take the lava that we get from the magma crucible and moves it down to these things here, which are tanks, which is just glass made furnace style.
I spelled it wrong. Tank. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, glass.
And each tank itself, which is a one block size structure, holds a lot of lava. So we're expecting to get a lot of lava, which will be used to generate energy for IC2 down the road. So you kind of now see early on a bit of the different mods converging on each other and how they kind of fit in. Alright, now we have more than enough power. I'm going to stick this iron in and get it pulverizing. Let's see.
Oh, I know why. There we go. It was being powered by the red power, so it was off. So I changed it to go when this is on.
And if you look actually right now, we got lucky. There's another slot beneath the output slot, and you see there's this nickel dust. And the cool thing about a pulverizer is if you look it up quick, if you look up iron ore, and you see all the different things you can do to it. If you go to the pulverizer option, you'll see there's a certain percentage chance that you'll get nickel dust, and that's with all ores. You'll get a certain percent chance of getting, like for copper you could get gold dust, tin you could get iron dust, and also many other dusts for many other ores. So just a good reason to use a pulverizer. Another good reason.
Cool.
And for the magma crucible, I see you sticking in cobblestone, Gabe, and I might understand why, but if you look up for cobblestone and netherrack respectively, you'll see that cobblestone creates the same, if not less, even lava than netherrack. I'm pretty sure it's less, and it costs all of this. This is 36,000 Minecraft joules, and it's not even close to halfway being done. So that's not the route we want to take. We want to go with netherrack, which only costs 12,000, and look, now we're almost at 12,000, so we'll be having our first piece of netherrack cooked into lava. And you can follow the stream down if you go down the ladder and see where it leads to the tank.
There it goes.
Yep. And you'll see on the right side slowly some lava show up where if you mouse over it, it says recipes. And then if there wasn't a pipe, it would go to further on the right where it shows this 0 out of 10,000 MBs, which I don't know what the B stands for, but it's some kind of
millibuckets.
Millibuckets, oh,
I think it has to be
Minecraft buckets.
Minecraft buckets. Oh man, what is millibuckets? 10 to the minus 3.
That would be it.
So what is that? 10,000 MB would be 10 buckets for one bucket.
I'm pretty sure
Or
that's
100 buckets.
not right then.
It's got to be 10 buckets.
It's not millibuckets then, because
Micro buckets.
you'll see if you're up here, the different dashes. One netherrack, which is supposed to be, or would it be 1,000? Yeah, 1,000 MBs goes up to the first dash. That's 1,000 MBs, and it's going down now, so you'll see it.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, and one netherrack gives you 10 buckets. Like if you took a bucket down there, you would get a good 10 from.
So then it's just Minecraft buckets.
Yeah, just like today's Minecraft rules. I guess they're just really uncreative in terms of naming things.
Cool. So does it not go into the pipes or?
Sometimes you get this weird visual glitch where it looks like it's going up, down, pipe. Sometimes it actually even happens where it just does that back and forth for a bit, but it'll stop eventually.
Okay, cool. So this is just gonna keep going now until we turn it off? Or
Yeah,
run out of coal?
And if you look here, see the lines are still nice. A good indicator, if you don't have this design, if you want to try things out for yourself, these energy conduit pipes, is to see the thickness of the blue lines that are going through the pipes. Because if they're nice and thin like this, that means that it's good energy distribution, things are working like they should, and everything's going smoothly. If they're thicker, it means that in that area there's energy buildup. And if you don't break the pipe, which therefore means you lose all that energy anyways, that's a waste itself. If you don't break that pipe, eventually that energy is going to build up to the point where it kind of fills up the whole pipe, and I guess you could say it breaks the pipe, which will then result in a tiny explosion, but it will be expensive because these things each cost 1 gold to make. I think one with some glass and redstone would be like 8, but you know, who wants to waste glass?